In this tutorial, you're going to learn all about MailChimp audiences versus MailChimp groups, what the differences are, and how to use them together to successfully run your MailChimp account. This is part of the MailChimp tutorial series on this channel. There's a whole playlist for it. It's linked in the description down below if you want to check that out. If you have any questions or comments about this video, please leave them down below as well. I try to answer them the best I can. And if this is your first time here, my name is Bjorn from WP Learning Lab. We help you get better at WordPress so you can earn more for yourself, for your customers, and for your business. And if you haven't done so yet, click subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss any future videos. Now let's get started. The terminology MailChimp sometimes uses can be a little bit confusing. Hopefully this will help clear some of it up. An audience is everybody within your MailChimp account. So all of the contacts in your business. There's rarely a case where you have to have more than one audience per business, because you can use organizational tools like groups and tags and segments to make sure everybody's organized properly so you can access the people you need to access. An example where you might need to have more than one audience is if you have separate buyers and vendors for your business. You might have to have a separate audience for each of those. Although you can just have them be in separate groups, which might make your life a whole lot easier, because you don't have to manage two audiences. And if you have two audiences in the same account, if you have the same contact in both of those audiences, that counts twice towards your contact limit. So you gotta think about that as well. I have two separate videos, very detailed ones that go into audiences and groups and how they work. If you wanna check those out, they're linked in the card above and the description down below. And I also have videos for tags and segments, which are also very important organizational tools in your MailChimp account. So to dive a little further into audiences and groups for this video, when you first create a MailChimp account, you're gonna create an audience. My audience is WP Learning Lab. So if I go over here to audience and I go to all contacts, then I go to settings, audience name and defaults, we see our audience right here, WP Learning Lab. And everybody who's added through any landing pages, any opt-in forms, any imports, they will be going to this audience because my account only has one audience. And it just so happens the free account of MailChimp only allows you to have one audience. And so I'm not going to have any more for this video because I'm currently using a free account. And so one audience works just fine. And for this business, WP Learning Lab, I can't even think of a reason to have more than one audience because you can use groups to categorize people. And groups are pretty cool because your subscribers can categorize themselves. For example, if we go to the pencil here to create and we create a landing page, and I already created a group in the previous video that I spoke of that's specific to creating groups. I'm just going to show you how to add one to a landing page here. Go to any page with any form, click on the form or the form block. On the right-hand side, you can choose Add Interest Group. This will create a new interest group. I already created two of them. One's Favorite Sport and one is Industry Segment. I check this box. Those fields will be added to the form. These are groups. This is a group category, Favorite Sport, and these are the group names within that category that people can self-select when they sign up through your newsletter, and they'll be grouped as such inside your MailChimp account. And so if you have a gardening website, you could have options like potted plants, you're my favorite, greenhouses, outdoor gardening, whatever it is that your categories for your business are, you can have those be groups. And then when someone signs up, let's go back out of here and go to our contact list, go to audience, all contacts. We can see right here from the previous video, we created a contact using that form. They chose a favorite sport and an industry segment. This could be whatever group categories you want to have. And so we know this person likes soccer. And we also know this person is a creator. That was self-selected by them when they signed up. So you don't have to do any extra tagging or categorizing or anything. This is just based on their interests. And then you can email them specifically about those things. And to bring this back home to the 10,000 foot view, an audience is everybody on your mailing list. And a group is a specific subset of people that self-categorize into specific groups. You can also do it manually, just easier if they self-categorize. But if you click on any profile, you have a group section, click on edit, and you can categorize them into whatever groups are appropriate. And then when you create an email, go back to create over here, go to design email, go to edit recipients, choose group or new segment from a segment or tag, the drop down here, then choose the group you want to mail to. Let's choose favorite sport of basketball. So this email that I'm creating here is going to go to everybody who's grouped into the basketball group under the favorite sport group category. And so you can speak very specifically to those individuals about basketball. And ideally, your business would have content about basketball or offer products about basketball or related to basketball. And so you can make very specific customized offers personalized based on their group choices, which is very powerful. And I hope by going into that amount of detail, it's very clear what the difference between a group and an audience is. Audience is everybody on your list. A group is a specific group that you can email to directly using this method right here. You can assign them to specific groups manually or change their group the way you saw just a moment ago. And they can also change their own group by changing their email preferences. In the footer of every MailChimp email, there's a link that goes to their email preferences, and they can change in those preferences which group they belong to. So if you have a big list, you could email out every few months and ask people to update their preferred group settings to make sure that the group that they're in is the group they want to be in because you personalize content for specific groups. And so although you're asking people to do something, which is usually not a good thing because they don't want to do it, but in this case, they're motivated to do it because if they like your content and they want to have content based on their current interests, they're going to be motivated to update their group so they get the content they're most interested in. I hope that made sense. Either way, audiences or groups are very different and they're both very important. And two more ways to organize and manage your MailChimp contacts are tags and segments. I have separate tutorials for each of those in the cards up above and the description down below if you want to check those out. Next up, check out this playlist right here, which is all about MailChimp. I keep referencing this playlist in these videos, and it has everything you have to know to get started with MailChimp. So make sure you check that out and also download this PDF right over here. It is the top most important email sequences every business needs. It's a smart PDF. So when I update it and add new sequences, they'll be auto-updated to your copy of this document, which is pretty awesome. And if you haven't done so yet, also click subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss new future videos. My name is Bjorn from WP Learning Lab. Till next time, keep crushing it, and I will see you in the next video.